If you'd be more cooperative. The thought honestly hadn't crossed my mind. I'm just trying to help. You prefer to keep riding this downward spiral? I can fix this place. All three of these are good.
If I and my people can ride it out in luxury and happiness, yes, I would. I don't know if you've noticed, Captain, but Halcyon's pretty much a lost cause.
Persuade, once again. I don't know what this little symbol means. I'm going to get your administration's cooperation. I'm gonna go with number 3.
I'll admit, there's no shortage of talent in the scientists and engineers there. Look, I'm not an unreasonable man. If you manage to storm the castle, as it were, and make it out of here with Phineas alive, I can't exactly afford more havoc than you've already caused. Fine. If you survive, you'll need someone to sell the rest of the board on your plan.
Are you out of your mind? Rockwell's the biggest monster in Halcyon. You got any idea how many lives he's destroyed? How many people he's hurt? I've had enough. You even think about cooperating with this animal? And you and I are finished.
I don't like that. That's not good. I feel like I could talk to the board myself, though. I don't know. I'm gonna go with number 1.
You're damn right it is.
If you're gonna place more faith on this brat than the chairman of the fucking colony, then there's no hope for you. Go get yourself killed.
I feel like I feel like I picked a bad ending on that one. But I don't know. I feel like I should look this one up. Man, I don't know. I feel like I'm gonna look this one up. Okay, Reddit's got something on here. Huh. Huh. Does saving him... I don't know. Yes, I know, spoiler warning, whatever. Okay, we're not talking about that one. We've already dealt with that problem. Alright, no, we're... I guess that didn't really have anything to do here.
He who has time to waste is wealthy indeed.
Yeah. I guess that didn't really do anything. But pit exit is right here. You know, I feel like I should probably look at some stuff around here, right? There's gotta be some cool stuff. Then again, I also don't really care. So we're just gonna go down. But the iconoclasts are here. That's pretty good.
All right, MSI. I'm not one for rousing speeches, but the captain needs our help. So, get in there and fight!
Alright. Sandra's here.
Are you new here?
Yeah.
Oh.
Secret safe. Cool. Now we have MSI here. Ooh. Jeepers, mister. Oh. It's just a bunch over there. Did I come in through here? I feel like I might have. Oh, no. No, I'm gonna try to get this achievement real quick.
Hold it.
Yeah, I know.
No, I meant your...
Ow! One of them shot me. I'm gonna run around. Grim? Oh no, Grim's dead. I don't know who Grim is. At least I don't remember. Let's see if there's anyone here that can try to stop me.
Incoming!
Ow!
Blast of him!
You shocked the shit out of me. Lots of dead people, unfortunately. If I go downstairs, there will be somebody. I want to get this. I want to get this achievement. I don't think there's ever been a better place to do it. Oh, right. Not there. August Van Noy. Man, we are digging deep. But these guys, yeah, they certainly killed everybody here. Maybe I can use it at the top of the elevator. Or maybe not, I don't know. I had an enemy marked on the little compass at the top of my screen, but I haven't seen one for a minute. Oh, that's beneath me, I guess. Alright.
You, ain't feeling jittery, are you? 'Cause I'm not.
Everything in my life has been leading up to this point. I believe I am ready for this.
Yeah.
Captain,
Oh.
you have an uncanny talent for complicating my life. You've disrupted the balance of power. You've upset the natural order of things. You've introduced uncertainty, and there is nothing I despise more than uncertainty.
I like number 3.
Typical. Running your mouth in the middle of a crisis. It's almost as if you delight in chaos. I should have dealt with you a long time ago. You were always too dangerous to leave unchecked.
You're making me blush.
I suppose I shouldn't be surprised by your impertinence. Leaving you alive was my greatest mistake, but it is a mistake I intend to correct. I have Dr. Wells in my custody. Once I've secured his cooperation, I can move forward with the program. I can repair the damage you've done. I can set things right.
Don't test me, Sophia. I don't know.
Well, that's mostly correct. You're not leaving here at all. I take no pleasure in this, you know. I simply have no other option. Leaving you alive is too great a risk. Goodbye, Captain. Fair enough. I'm giving you exactly one chance to parlay with me.
Persuade 150. I have it. Oh, jeez. I certainly don't have that.
Interesting that you think I'm going to die here. I believe I'm more than capable of taking you on. Fair point. I don't know how you've managed to defy the odds. By every reasonable estimate, you should be dead. Yet here you stand. I've devoted my entire life to protecting Halcyon. I'm not afraid to die in the line of duty. There isn't much of a board left, thanks to you. You've thrown this system into disarray. Cleaning up your mess will be the work of a lifetime. You were always an unknown variable. I tried to recruit you, but you threw your lot in with that madman, Phineas Wells.
Ooh. Persuade 90, Science 90.
I'm aware of Dr. Wells' plan. Revive some brilliant scientists and engineers from the Hope and work with them to save the colony. He's already revived you, after all. 50 or 60 years ago, I might have agreed with you. But we've passed the point of no return. The best scientists in Halcyon can't save us now. I admire your drive, Captain. But I won't let you spoil my plans a second time. I haven't given up on the program yet. You've caused some complications, but I can improvise. I can fix this. I haven't lost control of the labyrinth yet. Our security system is still operational. I can still put a stop to you.
Ooh. Lie and hack 90s. Damn. Damn. I was too busy taking over your security system.
What? You can't be serious.
I'm about to pump all the oxygen out of your chamber. Oh man, I feel like I'm gonna go with number 1.
Oh, for the love of the law. All right. Fine. I can see when I've been beaten. Congratulations, Captain. You've outplayed me. I accept your terms and will return Dr. Wells to your care.
Oh. Ooh. Honorable Advisory Act and fuck off. I'm gonna go with number 2.
I just hope you've made the right decision. The fate of the colony is in your hands now. I bid you farewell, Captain.
Hey! Level 45. Let's spend some skill points, just in case I have to do that again. Possibly. I'm not sure on what, though. Thank God I had science that. Let's bump that up to 100. And then put the rest here. Okay. I'm feeling pretty good. I don't know if I'm getting the good ending or not. Oh, look at those things. I'm happy I didn't have to fight those. So you might want to clean that up. Oh. Okay, well, we found our way into the tile system that nobody finished. And we have stained glass windows with spaceships on it? That would be cool. That would be cool. Oh, man. Look at this fancy schmancy bullshit. I'm impressed. What's going on down here? Ah, a hole in the wall. More stairs. More stairs. I don't have the hibernation chamber key, but we'll try to get one. All right. Oh. Got some storms. Chairman's key. 108,000. Free Phineas? Hello. Hello, viewers.
You don't know how glad I am to see you. You must have said something to get under Akande's skin. She's gone, and I don't think she's coming back. And you lunatic, you broke into the board's own fortress just to rescue one doddering old man. You are absolutely out of your mind, and I can't begin to thank you enough.
All right. I think I'm going to go with number 2.
Ah, all in a day's work for you, huh? You've broken the board's stranglehold on this colony, and you saved my life. But there's still so much we have yet to accomplish. You and I are going to have to work harder than ever to save Halcyon. I'm afraid the situation is far worse than any of us ever anticipated.
Let's go number 2.
I would like nothing more than to celebrate this victory, but we have a serious problem on our hands. Earth has gone dark. We haven't received a single message in 3 years. There's been no communication, no signals, nothing. 2 years ago, the Earth's Directorate's frigate disappeared on their way back to Earth. We don't know what they discovered when they arrived, or if they arrived at all.
Hold on, Doc. Are you telling me the Earth went dark 3 years ago? And the board's just been covering this up?
They've been incredibly effective at concealing the truth. Right now, the only people in the colony who know are standing in this room.
Earth is only an idea to us, but that idea is the bedrock the colony is built upon. If people were to find out it's gone dark, the shock could be too much to bear.
I don't want to imagine what'll happen once news gets out. Let's just keep this between us for now. We're in serious trouble, my friend. Do you know what this means for Halcyon? We can't rely on Earth for support anymore. We've been cut loose. We're entirely on our own.
Oh, no. I'm just going to go with number 1. No, I'm not. I'm going to go number 2.
Yes, certainly. I'll help however I can. I don't know what happened, but something must have gone horribly wrong. I don't know why Earth's gone silent. I don't even know if Earth exists anymore. We have no connection back to Earth, and return is likely impossible. We're completely alone out here. You might have heard of the Earth Directorate's frigate. Half the colony's entire military was on that ship. They were returning to Earth when they vanished without a trace. That was 2 years ago. We haven't heard a word from them since. Whatever happened to Earth likely happened to them. I wasn't trying to hide the truth from you, but after all you've done, I owe you an explanation. Yes, I experimented on the Hope's colonists. Each of my experiments ended in catastrophic failure. Each of my subjects died in agony. You are my first and only success. I didn't tell you about the others because I didn't want to burden you. My failures are my own to bear, not yours. Thank you. Perhaps in time I'll learn to forgive myself. My apologies. I need to get a hold of myself. We've far more pressing issues to worry about right now. If you have any more questions, ask me. I'll answer as best I can. Yes, we do. You've done a marvelous thing. You've succeeded where anyone else would have failed, including me. We must begin the revival process immediately, starting with the Hope's brightest minds, and then we're going to fix this damn colony, one problem at a time. We're going to need a leader, and I can't imagine a better person for the job than you. What do you say, old friend? Will you help us?
Oh, well, look at that. Whatever I want, all the time. I got number 1.
You won't hear a word of disagreement from me. You're the best thing to ever happen to Halcyon. If you want to take it upon yourself to lead this colony, you have my support. We're not a colony any longer, are we? Our last connection to Earth has been severed, and so we have been set free. Our future is uncertain, and no one knows what tomorrow holds. Exciting, isn't it?
Yeah. It is, actually. Lifetime employment program ruined.
The
Achieving a
OSI
lot.
teaches that everything in the universe happens according to the grand plan. But the stranger that arrived in Halcyon was an unplanned variable. From the moment he landed in Emerald Vale, his actions altered the course of history. The events on Tartarus brought about the end of the board's authority. But the board's mistakes would haunt the colony for decades to come. The damage they left behind would require the work of a generation to repair. Dr. Phineas Wells began reviving a handful of the Hope's colonists. Engineers, scientists, technicians, and intellectuals. They were among the brightest minds the Earth had ever sent out into the stars. The Hope scientists and engineers woke up in a colony descending headlong into total collapse. With no way to return to Earth, they had no choice but to band together and devote themselves to the cause of saving Halcyon. The people of Halcyon were nothing if not hardy. In the absence of the board's authority, many of the colony's settlements banded together with a single purpose in mind: survival. Life was especially hard in the years to come. Some towns dissolved by attrition and starvation, but most of them found a way to carry on. In the years to come, Halcyon was forced to reckon with its newfound freedom. The board was gone, and for better or worse, the colony was responsible for its own destiny. Between MSI's worker-centric policies and the iconoclast's manpower, Sanjar and Zora were able to rally many of the Terra 2 townships to their cause. MSI's workforce swelled, and the iconoclasts enjoyed a significant surge in their ranks. The board was too distracted by infighting and internal politics to stop MSI from becoming a powerful corporation and a refuge for townships that might have fallen through the cracks. Consumed by paranoia, Lilia Hagen took Sublight Salvage in a controversial direction, openly accusing board officials of an extraterrestrial conspiracy. One day, an accident at the Groundbreaker's docking bay silenced her forever. Time would tell if her replacement could keep the Sublight family together. Adelaide McDevitt replaced Reed Thompson as the leader of Edgewater. She and her followers transformed Edgewater in their image. Anyone loyal to Reed was pressured into leaving town, and those who stayed behind adapted to her way of life. Adelaide transformed the old cannery into a new garden. The nearby Edgewater Cemetery provided a convenient source of fertilizer. Under the leadership of Junlei Tennyson, the Groundbreaker held firm against corporate influence. The ship's mechanical stability gave Junlei the time to educate a promising generation of engineers schooled in her family's traditions. The future of the Groundbreaker looks promising. The rediscovery of the Hope and the abandonment of the lifetime employment program forced Byzantium to come to terms with some uncomfortable realities about the state of Halcyon. While Byzantines were reluctant to surrender the luxuries they'd grown accustomed to, the board's diminished authority gave them little choice in the matter. Nearly everyone had to learn to make do with less. Some even had to get jobs. It was a dark time indeed. Even the Gorgon asteroid, though a distant enigma to most of Halcyon, felt the aftershocks of your actions. Olivia and Minnie Ambrose worked together to cure the marauders Adrena Time had created. Through their partnership as scientist and administrator, they discovered the harmony that had eluded them as mother and daughter. And through years of patience and effort, they discovered the means to wean Halcyon from the scourge of Adrena time. Their work eventually allowed Wells and his scientists to treat many of Halcyon's marauders. As their addiction waned, the colonists who had lived for so long under the thrall of Adrena time returned to their communities and loved ones, and joined in the effort to save Halcyon. In spite of everything, the Gorgon asteroid remained a sobering reminder of the potential for progress and disaster in humanity's most ambitious efforts. The Rizzo's company in Halcyon dissolved after the collapse of the board. Needless to say, the launch of Spectrum Brown was indefinitely delayed. A stockpile of Spectrum Brown remains buried deep beneath the ruins of the old distillery, abandoned to time and attrition. With the dissolution of the board, Ruth Bellamy found herself without the two constants in her life, Byzantine culture and her sister Belinda. In the face of this new reality, she struggled to find a direction for her life. The colony had moved on from Halcyon Helen and would require new heroes in the years to come. And so Ruth Bellamy decided it was time to exit stage left. She quietly disappeared from public view. The dissolution of the board did not mean the dissolution of the ambitions of Cedric Kincannon, the charismatic leader of Sublight Underground. Cedric offered Slug's transportation services to the newly thawed colonists and set to work ferrying resources and food wherever they were most needed. For better or worse, slug headgear became fashionable in the following years. As the board began to disintegrate, Spencer Woolrich found himself at a crossroads. Cling to what little stardom remained to him, or help usher Halcyon into its new future. To the surprise of many, perhaps himself most of all, Spencer chose the latter option. Having learned a variety of different skills in the many different roles played throughout his lengthy career, Spencer founded a radio serial dedicated to staying alive despite the odds. His subjects included how to survive violent encounters with only grazing wounds, dispense pithy one-liners for tense scenarios, and, of course, how to look good doing both. After a brief attempt at dating Helen as one person rather than two, which both Bertie and Helen found too strange, Bertie struck out on his own to try his hand at raising woolly cows. Many of his former Rangers teammates soon followed, accompanied by the woolly cow the team had originally plied with alcohol. The dairy farm thrived under Bertie's leadership and care. The Dairy Rangers privately believed that the woolly cows softened Bertie's temper considerably, although the only one brave enough to say this to his face was promptly headbutted. Due to the board's dissolution, many of the Prophet's old customers no longer found quite the same value in productivity seminars that they once had. With her business drying up, the Prophet chose to take her followers down a new path. Months later, salvagers on Eridanos found clues leading them to a seemingly abandoned bunker out in the wilderness. Inside, they discovered horribly mangled corpses, sacrificed to a blood-scrawled portrait of a sprat-headed deity. The Prophet was not among the bodies. Your influence shifted Ellie's perspective. She finally admitted, albeit grudgingly, that she just might need other people. Sometimes. With a steady income from the life insurance payouts, she was finally able to afford a ship of her own. She hired a small crew and flew supply missions to communities on the fringe. Some of them were even legal. Life in Halcyon was sobering for Felix Millstone. The grand revolution he dreamed of never came. There was no great awakening for the colony, no celebrations in the streets. There was only the hard, desperate work of trying to repair a broken colony. Felix never had a head for numbers, but if there was labor to be done, he was there to help. Eventually, Felix realized that the work of a revolution was done with two hands. As much as he enjoyed his adventures aboard the Unreliable, the vicar, known as Max, eventually decided that it was time to move on, to live out the life he had sought so long to create. He knew there were many in the colony who carried burdens much worse than the ones he had struggled with, and he devoted himself to easing their suffering wherever he could. He only ever took up arms again to defend the defenseless. Unshackled from a lifetime of striving and fighting the universe and himself, Vicar Maximilian de Soto was finally at peace. Once the matter with the Hope colonists was resolved, Junlei bashfully asked Parvati if she'd like to join her permanently on the Groundbreaker, and Parvati enthusiastically, if somewhat awkwardly, agreed. The stories of her adventures spread across the colony, and Parvati soon found herself the center of attention. Having served as the engineer of a renowned spacecraft, tramp freighters and wildcat miners sought her out by name, and in no time, she was a fixture in the Groundbreaker's mechanical ecosystem. She and Junlei were never far apart. Nyoka returned to Monarch to take another crack at making a permanent life for herself. She formed the Charon Group, a mercenary outfit of ragtag survivalists and wilderness experts. Anyone in need of a guide, or just looking to throw back a beer and swap stories, could find her camping on the trail or clearing an infestation. The SAM unit that accompanied you spread awareness of the product line's superior sanitation and maintenance capabilities across what was left of the colony. This led to a boost in SAM unit sales. Did you know that SAM units are the longest-lasting, toughest-acting cleaning solution in Halcyon? Minister Clark was released from house arrest, and his contact with you gave him a sense of renewed purpose and vigor. Once it became clear that no help would be coming from Earth, he threw his considerable efforts and talents into helping Halcyon manage the crisis before it. It was widely suspected that Sophia Akande was the true power behind Chairman Rockwell. However, after the riots on Tartarus, she was never again seen in the colony. Various theories circulated as to her fate. Some believed she boarded an interstellar ship capable of journeying to a distant colony. Others believe she died trying to escape Tartarus. Some few suggest she fled to Monarch, where she continued to live among a small band of loyalists. There is another theory, which suggests that Sophia's encounter with you changed her, and she deliberately retreated from public view, but continued supporting the colony in secret. When Dr. Wells began reviving the Hope's colonists, he found himself with a sudden windfall of additional supplies and resources, courtesy of an anonymous donor. If Wells knew who his supplier was, he never told a soul. As for Dr. Phineas Wells, he spent his remaining years in his orbital lab. He eventually came to terms with his own past and was able to forgive the mistakes of his younger self by devoting his remaining years to serving the colony. Dr. Wells was able to revive many more scientists and engineers than he first expected, thanks to the additional batch of chemicals you stole from the Ministry. Wells never forgot about the human lives that were lost in acquiring these chemicals. In the end, Dr. Wells was able to save every scientist and engineer aboard the Hope. Over the next decade, nearly all of the Hope's remaining colonists were successfully revived. Halcyon saw a period of rapid technological and scientific advancement. Breakthroughs in dietary supplements saved the colony from starvation. Geoengineering projects and social reforms began to change the structure and character of the colony. Dr. Wells laid the groundwork for the project to save the colony, but he would never live to see the fruits of his labor. He passed away a few years later. His work was carried on by the scientists and engineers he revived. Today, Halcyon has stabilized. The people of the colony work hard to adapt to their new circumstances. Nearby colonies send aid and supplies. Life will never be easy in Halcyon, but for the first time in its history, there exists a sense of real, genuine hope about the future. And what about you, the unplanned variable in the history of Halcyon? You brought an end to the chaos on Tartarus and proved yourself the most capable leader left in the colony. You administered the colony in your own image. With the old power of the board destroyed, a new government of Halcyon rose with you at its center. With your steady hand, you guided Halcyon through the turbulent years that were to follow, and helped ensure the survival of the colony until the end of your days. No one knows what's happened to Earth, and no one knows what the future has in store for Halcyon. All we know for certain is this: the name of the Unreliable and that of its intrepid captain will remain the subject of countless stories for years to come.
Wow. Well, there's the end. Leonard Boyarsky and Timothy Kane, I hope I said your names right. You guys directed one hell of a game. Man, the music in this game was so good too. All right, well, I guess it comes to the point where I get to do my little review. Most people never actually get to this point, but if you have stuck around, thank you. You guys have, and girls, have sat through quite a game. I'm very, very happy that I sat down and I played this game for as long as I have. I'm happy I played through the whole thing. I got an achievement for completing it. It was good. It actually makes me. I actually want to play it again. Probably in a little while. Give me a year, and then I'll want to sit down and play it again. But it'll be on my own terms. It'll probably be a stream or something like that. I don't know. Make sure you follow me over on Twitch, where I do some streaming every now and then. But when that now and then doesn't happen too often. So make sure you get alerts for when that does happen. But man, this game. Yes, the mighty trombones of war. And this music kicks so much ass. It gives me like weird Tobey Maguire Spider-Man vibes. But I'll tell you what, I very much I think this is probably one of my favorite games that I've ever played, and that's crazy, to be honest. Well, special thanks. Look at that, Mammy. Man, we're already at this point. But this I don't know what to give this, to be honest. I gave Cyberpunk 2077 a 9.2 or 9.3 or something like that. I think a 9.3. This is... I'm gonna give this like just a slight edge above this. A lot of Dungeons and Dragons here. Character slain. Oh, here we go. Here's the voice production. Lots of voice actors on this. Man. I want to say that this gets a slight edge, mostly because this game was good from the beginning. I want to give the DLCs separate ratings, though. The game without the DLCs is excellent. You guys sat through the whole thing with me. I highly suggest playing it yourself and doing your own thing. I very much went the path of being able to talk my way out of things, but combat was actually quite difficult most of the time. Not even most of the time, quite a bit of the time. Most of the time's not right, but most could be like 55% of the time. But I went science and I went non-combat stuff, so hacking and lockpicking and being able to talk out of situations, and it was in science. For me, I thought that was a really, really fun way for me to play a game. Because usually, like if you ever watch my Skyrim stuff, you really can't talk your way out of many situations, so you're busy just constantly beating on things. My Skyrim series is something like 600 episodes long. If you really want to sit down and trudge your way through a whole series, you're looking for something One Piece-ish, I got it for you. I got it. And it goes back to like 2013. We're talking like 10 years ago when I started it. You can really see a development in a Let's Player for a period of years, like 6 years ago. Now I think in the last 2 sessions of this, I've just been exhausted. So we are... I don't know, wait. Again, we're just kind of... yeah, right now. You know, I was sick over the weekend. I had so much stuff to do. I worked at 12 on Monday. I worked at 10 yesterday. I worked at 11 today. So we're at that point, you know, of tired and exhausted. So my commentary has kind of reflected that, me as a person. So usually I get to record on like Saturday mornings, Saturday afternoon, and Sunday mornings, so I'm feeling a little bit more refreshed when I sit down and record things, and I get to pick things up a whole lot better. But this, here we go, they do it after work. Yeah. But I have, this is going into the backlog pretty much immediately. I have surgery coming up on February 3rd, which is 2 weeks from tomorrow. And I want to make sure I have some stuff in the backlog. I'm going to be down for about 4 weeks, so I am going to be missing some time on stuff being recorded and everything. So I may feel good enough to sit in here and record. And I guess the good thing about recording after my recovery is I'm going to have a piss bag strapped to my leg for like 3 weeks. So we'll try to figure out what I can do. I'm probably gonna walk out of there with one hell of an infection, I'll tell you what. But the we are going to have an interesting time in those few weeks, because I'd like to record some stuff and get some other stuff done. But I for now, let's talk about the review for the game. Characters were interesting. Characters were fun. I enjoyed my dialogue options. It let me build a character myself, kind of. It let me be a sarcastic guy when I wanted to be. It let me be myself as a character, really, because I'm really just a sarcastic asshole. Ask my boss. He told me that in my review, in a nicer way. But this is oh, here we go. Peril on Gorgon. Now, I really wish I did those DLCs the other way around, but I couldn't figure out how to get Peril on Gorgon to start. So, it is what it is. So, I'm happy with the way everything went through on the DLCs. The DLC Peril on Gorgon, I'm going to give like an 8.3. I really enjoyed it. I wouldn't say like it is an absolutely necessary addition to the game. I'll tell you what, the one mod I did put in this game was a necessary condition. That is the necessary addition to the game. That is my only minus on this game. The music is a 10 out of 10, or at least I don't give 10 out of 10 to anybody. A 9.8 out of 10. More war trombones. More. Also, sometimes the music was just too much. You know, it just had some too much stuff. They let you development tabletop characters slain. Okay. But Steve Bloom, I didn't know Steve Bloom was in this. I knew he sounded familiar. Like it was like whenever combat was ready to happen, or combat had finished but the music kept going, that drug on a little bit. But that, again, 9.8, 9.7, 9.7 and a half, we'll leave it at that. That's 9.75, 9.7 and a half, whatever. But I think that's probably the best score I can give on music. The voice acting was great. The characters were great. Every now and then possibly annoying. But, I mean, that was just their characters, and the characters made sense. Like, it's obvious that these people know how to make and play characters. Murder on Eridanos is actually really good, because I really love, like, noir-style stuff. Like, I haven't played much of it on the channel, because I don't do too much puzzle stuff anymore. Like, every now and then I will. But, like, an investigation kind of game is something I'm kind of looking forward to doing on the channel sometime soon. I'm not going to go back and try to play L.A. Noire, because that's so long. That's an absurdly long game. I'll see if I can do it, but that's one of those things that if I do it, it's going to be an hour-long episodes released once a week or something like that. But yeah, I really enjoyed that DLC. That DLC is like a 9.2, because I think overall it was just an excellent story built on an excellent setting, and like the 0.8 I'm taking off of there was kind of the tediousness of a lot of the quests. And the cult leader was awesome. She was hilarious. But yeah, it's just cool. I dressed up Felix like a tossball mascot. It was even better. I really do enjoy. I really did enjoy that DLC. That might be one of my favorite DLCs in any game. Yeah, I can't stop singing the praises of this game. If I gave Cyberpunk post all the updates, if I'm giving Cyberpunk a 9.3, this is getting a 9.4. The 0.6 I'm taking off of. I don't want to be the negative guy on this one. There are some strange UI things that were perks and flaws. That was a good addition. I just wish I didn't take Paranoid. Some general UI things that I didn't really like. The level cap at 36 that I found a way around just to get myself, just to feel like I was continuing to progress, because level 36, it didn't tell you that you were hard capped at like you were going to bump up your cap on skills to 150. So no matter what I did after I got to 30 or 32, like a 32 was the max at one point, 4 more levels was not going to get my persuade from 100 to 150. It was just not going to happen. That was the biggest kick in the teeth that we had. Because at that point it was like, if I'm playing this solo, if I don't take any companions with me, this is going to be really, really difficult. I'd like to try to do a 100% stealth run at some point. I feel like that would be kind of fun. Silent weapons, sneaking around. I don't know. I feel like it would be really difficult. Obviously, it's going to be really difficult, but no followers, no nothing, and then just take the I'm by myself perks for everything. But this game was excellent. I think this game and Cyberpunk, putting them next to each other at the same time of me playing things, like it just got to the point where it's like, yes, I get some sci-fi, I get some space stuff, and I get some fantasy ideas. Oh, another thing from the point, whatever I took off, 0.6, I think. The monsters that we had to fight everywhere, they felt very rinse and repeat. That's not right. Copy and paste, copy and paste, but different color kind of enemy. There were some different enemies on each one, but the primals were on pretty much every single planet we got onto, and then so were the big bug things that would shoot fucking insects out of their titties, that kind of thing. And they were another issue, but well, I've actually gotten this was actually a pretty short credit scene. I'm very happy with. Oh, there we go, back to the front screen. But yeah, 9.4. Very good game. Buy it. I don't even care if it's on sale. Buy it. If you need for it to go on sale, let's see. I'm gonna open up Steam right now. Let's see. I just dropped down to 17 FPS trying to open Steam up in the background. Hey, okay. Well, Outer Worlds. It's only $20 right now. I mean, the DLC's $10 a piece. So $40 for probably like $20 for an extra 20 to 25 hours of playtime. Plus, there's all that lore that you can read through if you want to. Oh, never mind. Outer Worlds is on sale. It's $60, but it's on sale for $20 right now. So I don't know when offer ends February 1st. Hopefully this comes out beforehand. Hopefully you guys hear me say something about it. If you buy this, because I told you it's on sale up to February 1st, 2023, let me know in the comments. I don't know if I'm going to get this out in time, but let me know. I would love to know that I did that for you guys. All the DLC is on sale for 35% off as well. The expansion packs is, you can save 25 cents or so if you bought that instead. Actually, I don't think you are. I don't know. Either way, buy the game. It's excellent. Play the way you want to play. Be a big, giant idiot. Crash something. That'd be great. But that's up to you guys. You figure that out. You decide what you want to do. I highly suggest buying this game. But that's going to be it for me. And I'll have to talk to you guys next time. Make sure you guys follow me here. Follow me on Twitch. Follow me on Twitter. Sorry, subscribe to me here. And go watch some of the other stuff I'm putting out. I'm going to be making a couple changes on the channel to do some newer things, stuff that I've really been interested in as a guy outside of this. Possibly doing some sports stuff for like old NCAA 14 with the mods on it to make it NCAA 23 at this point, or 24 for next year if we don't get the new game. I'm going to be doing some WWE 2K23 because that stuff is funny to me. But yeah, I've got some other stuff coming up. Kingdom Hearts 2, the rest of the Kingdom Hearts series I'm going to be working on. Man, that's pretty much it. So, not even pretty much it. Just watch. Just subscribe and see what else I'm doing. Assassin's Creed, I'm going to try to wrap that up sometime soon, but we're going to continue go backwards. And go back and do Assassin's Creed Revelations and continue on, finish off the Ezio story, and try to get into Assassin's Creed 3. We're all over the place. If you have any suggestions on what you want to see me play, let me know in the comment section below. I'm going to be working on some much smaller indie games coming up soon. But that will be it for me, and I'll have to talk to you guys next time. Bye.